Welcome back to class. This is lesson 9 of the comprehensive WordPress web design tutorial by Bolaji James. In this lesson, like I said, we'll be talking about WordPress plugin. Now, we already have what we have here. We can add more functionalities to our website by using plugins. There are pretty much thousands of plugins for almost every activity that you may want to do on your website. So let's say, for instance, you want to create a contact us page whereby you want customers to fill a particular form, and then you can get across to them. Then in that case, you need to use a plugin, and you are going to use a contact form plugin. Let's say you want to protect your website by adding some added security. You need to install a security plugin. Let's assume that in fact, pretty much anything you may want to do. Let's assume that you want to have a slider. You want to have a slider somewhere, or your product slider or anything on your website. You need to use a plugin. What about if you want to do something like Ori timer? Like you want to put, maybe you are selling something. You go to some website, you see something counting days or time or hours, counting down, saying this offer will expire in the next 2 hours or maybe 5 days, and all of that. All of that are what? Plugins. So now let's see example. Let's just take 2 examples or 3 of plugins and see how they are used. Now, to insert a new plugin or to install a new plugin, let's go back to the dashboard. Go back to the dashboard and then head over to plugin and say, let's first check the installed plugin. The installed plugins, you discover that there are plugins that were installed with WordPress, so we don't need them. We just hit delete, and that is what is telling us that we have one plugin to upgrade. So when we're installing Elementor, I told you that is a plugin, but I decided not to talk about plugin then. So we can delete this one too that came with WordPress, and then we can click on add new. So let's say we want to install something like a contact form. A contact form. So there are so many type of contact forms. The one I would like to use, which is a very powerful one that I've always used on many of my websites, is Forminator. We have contact form 7, we have WP forms, and so on and so on. So we have Forminator. This is Forminator contact form. So we can install it. You can see that it has about 400,000 installations and 5-star rating. So we can install this. So these are different type of contact form by different people. So but let's use Forminator. I think I love it. It's a very good one. It has some functionalities that most of the rest will not give you for free. So we activate, and then once we activate, you discover that we now have a tab here for Forminator. So we can come here and say forms. So we can create a form quickly. Say no form already, so we can create, and we can choose any of this, either to start with blank or pick an option from here. So let's say you want to do a kind of registration form for school, but let's start with contact us form. So click on this, give it a name, say reach us or contact us. Anything, create. So we create that form now, and we'll now be able to see, you can say first name. When you see star here, it means that it is required. The person will not be able to submit without it, but you can click here and say edit field. Where it says setting, you can see it is required. So you can make it optional, but definitely if anybody is contacting you, they have to drop their name. But I'm just showing you the setting so that you know where to do that. So go back to the label. So then the name, what kind of you can see first name, then this is what is going to be in the placeholder, e.g. John. If you want it to be multiple, so you want, whether you want it to have put meta so that you know how to address them when you call them, when you are reaching out to them. You want the prefix, you want their first name, you want their last name. I don't think you need anything like middle name. So you can apply that. So once you do that, this is the name that the person, let's go back to that setting. Okay, so it's going to have the name like this. So this prefix, this is the label prefix, then Mr. and all of that. Okay, so these are what you have, settings. Okay, so the prefix, you can have it, this is the prefix, this is first name, this is first name is okay, last name is optional, first name is optional. So we can say this prefix is optional. So the prefix is optional. We can now say, okay, first name, let's say it is required, and the last name is also required. So the person must give us their first name and last name too. Then come to styling. There is nothing to do there. Then visibility, whether you want to add a rule, or maybe there should be a rule that will make it to show up or not, but you don't need all of that. You come over, then we have the phone number here. So we have the email address and phone number. What is happening here? I thought this should be made required. Okay, I just duplicated. Email address, phone number. Okay, bring this to the top here. Okay, so we have it like this. What I'm saying is that this is supposed to be what? Required. Let's edit field. I've made it required. Setting required. Okay, I did not apply. So required, then I did not apply. So apply it, and this becomes required. Okay, so we have the email address and we have the phone number. You can also decide to make it required. So whichever one, you come to settings, choose that it is required, and then apply it. Then the message, of course, the person should send us a message. You can't just leave the message empty. You can't send us an empty message. So you can make it required. Then this is number of character, maximum character. So you can increase it. Maybe the person want to explain detail. So give them chance to explain in details whatever they want. So you can have it like this. Then there are other things you can do with this form. Come to appearance and look at the colors. So this is design default. You can say flat, bold, material, and so on and so forth. So you can let's leave it at default. Then we can go to this is the layout, and then this is the color. Now, so this is where I want us to come to custom, then the container itself, choose a color for it. So we can have something like this, and pick a color. You did notice I always try to use something good, so you can select. Then this is the border around it. So come here, then submission indicator, I can give it a color. The text color, I can make the background. Let's say I make the background black. Then the text color, I can make it white, like this. So you can do any setting. Response error, okay, so response error, I can make it red. Okay, it's already red. Okay, the background is what is red, the response, so I can make the border red, the background white. The background, I can make it white. I want white there. Pick this one and put that. And then the text color, I can make the text color red because it's error. It says response error. So I can make it red so that it will show red color, and so on and so forth. Then the submit button, that submit button that is always blue, I can decide that I want the color of the organization. Where is it? So I can pick a color that resonates with my brand, and then the text can still be white, or the text can be black, whichever one that pleases you. So you can make do with this setting. You can change the font and so on and so forth with this particular form. Then you can publish, and when you publish, you just copy this, and then you can go to that page. Let's say this page is the page we are using now, and I'm not going to create another page, but definitely you're supposed to create a contact us page. You're supposed to create a contact us page. So I can edit this with Elementor, and then this short code that we copied from here, then we can now add it to our page, any page at all. So if you have your contact us page, you place it there. So, but for this, I'm not going to design another one. I will just use this one just to show us an example. So we come here now, and we can create let's say we create a two column section like this, and then on this other side here, we can come here and search for short code, and then we put this in this place, and we paste that short code here, Control V, and then the setup will come here. Can you see that now? Just the code that you paste here and everything that you have set up there will come to this place. So the person's first name, their last name, and all of that will be there. Their email address, their phone number, then the message, then they can send us message. And you can see the character that we change to 500. So 0 or 500. So they can send in their message. So on this side here, this part here, we can say bring this here and say have a message for us, or you need need more info, then put a question mark, then below it click back here, bring a text editor here, a text editor that will be after this. So you can have this like this and say fill the contact form to send us a message, and we would be in touch as soon as possible. Okay, so something like that. So, and we update, and if we go back to let's open a new tab and just type WordPress tutorial, remove this admin, and then we can see what we have there. So we can see what we have there, video, this, and then we now have this area here. So don't forget this, you can change the color, I've explained how all of that is done, and we can put a background in the entire section. Can put a background in the entire section. Come back to this place, the entire section, pick this entire section here and give it a background, maybe this same background that we have here, this blue background or another one. You can go back, click on this and then go back to style and background type. We can decide that we want to use gradients. Let's try it out since we've not used it before. So we can come here and say this is color one. Pick a color that resonates with so we can have something like this, and then the color 2, this is secondary color. We pick another color, maybe let's say, because I love blue, so you can pick a blue, something dark blue. Okay, so we can have it like this. Then if we have it like this, then we can decide also now the location of the first color and the second color. So you can work this out to mix them. So we can work this out. So this one can be like this. So we can have something like this. And you can also decide to change the angle type like this, and you can make it radial like this, and so like that. So that is how you can make something for yourself with this. But basically I don't think I like the colors, so I can just come back here and make it basic and just give it a picture like this one and insert it there. So like that. So we have something like that. Then I can use colors that will resonate with what we want. So like let's say this one, I can give this one a color of white that will show up very well. Text color, bring it to white. Okay, so edit. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not seeing the heading again, so let's come here, click here. Okay, I mistakenly lifted it. I was wondering, so bring it back to this place. Bring it back to this place and take it to the top of this first one where it's supposed to be. All right, so you can put it like that, and this one we can decide that the text color should be black like this. Wait, what is happening? Is it that immediately I click it, I think my mouse is misbehaving? My mouse is misbehaving, so it's from my mouse. Okay, so we can have this like this, and we can increase the size if it's too small. So we can click on text typography. We can change the font family, which I've shown you before. You can change the weight, how thick it is. You can make it bold, and then the size you can increase. Can increase the size to say maybe 23 or thereabout. Okay, so something like this, and then we can update. So we can go back and check what we have now in that area. So we have this, and it's not filling the screen. So here that is not filling the screen, then you can see all these prefixes and the rest that is not showing. The color is not too good on what we have here. So go back to this one and just select the entire section, and stretch it. Go back to the layout and stretch it. Let it stretch, and then we update. Then this one, the color, we go back to where we edit the form, click on this, and then we go back to the fonts. These are the fonts, but under the color. So if we where we stopped here, this submit button, field basics. Let's look at this is field basics. This is the label. This is the label. This color is not too you know, bright, so let's take black, and then description. Okay, let's update this. So since the label is already black, I think that is the only one not showing well, which is all this label. So we can refresh and see how it appears. So you can see we now have the black very dark, so which is good. At least it's much more visible like this. So we can have things like this on our website. That is how to use one of the plugins. So let's add one more plugin and round up this particular lesson. So go back to this place, go back to plugins, and then we add new. What plugin should we use? Let's use Ori Timer. Let's say we use Ori Timer or Timer. Let's just type Timer. So there's one of them that I use that is called Ori Timer. It's a very good one. That's why it's in my mind. So I think I should just type it so that I don't waste. Okay, this is it. So this is Ori Timer. Go ahead and install, and then activate. So like I said, there's pretty much thousands of plugin for any activity. Just think of it, anything that comes to your mind, go to plugin repository and type it in, and you see plugins that are meant for that. So if you come to this place, you see Ori timer. So you can come here and create a campaign. So you can create a campaign. So campaign name could be sales. The headline can now be edited under appearance, element, headline, whatever. Get it. Thank you. So is it a one time, or is it evergreen that it will continue to be there forever? So let's say we want to make one time. So end date, when will it end? Today, so the date here, the date today is 22. So 29 will be in 1 week time at this time. So we can have that. Then expiry action, when it expire, what should happen? Hide countdown timer. Then appearance, this is how it will look like. Hurry up. Then and then the days will start counting, the seconds, and so on and so forth. So you can look at this place, display block. So alignment center. So timer digit, that is this digit here. What color do you want for it? You can select red, since uh you are trying to orange people up, so you can make it red. Then the size, you can have it there. Then timer label, that is hurry up. Okay, sorry, this date, month, this days, hours, and the rest. So you can see them here. You can decide that you want to change their colors as well. So you can pick a color, maybe the one that resonates with our brand, like this. And if you come down, we have sorry, this one is pro, timer label, timer digit, and headline is what I want to use. The headline that says hurry up, we can say limited stock. So anything can be here, or take advantage now, or whatever, or offer expires soon, or offer expires in so you can put something like this. Offer expires in, then the timer is there. And you can also give this a color. um Show or hide is above timer, the spacing, then the color. So you can pick a color, any color of your choice, but please always ensure that your colors are constant, at least 2 or 3 colors in the entire website, should not be more than that. Okay, so go ahead. Then call to action, do you want to add a call to action maybe under it? So you can say buy now. Let's say we want to say shop now. Let's say shop now. Maybe we are ordering them to buy something, so that then you give them a website address where this will lead to. So I can say maybe https, so let's have aimesd.com.ng. So we can have something like this. So we can say show, we want it to show, so you can see shop now. Then you can see the background color. The background color is black. Why not make it red? Yeah, let's make it red. And then the text color, should be white, so like this. So and then the radius, maybe you want it to be circular, you can increase the radius here like this, and have it like this. And then you publish. And when you publish to, just like the other one, it has a short code. You just copy this short code and then go to any area you want to use it. So we can also have something here, and we have something. Let's make it a full width section, and then just come here, search for short code, bring it in, paste your short code here, and it should appear here. So this should appear here. So you can click apply to see if it will regenerate and bring out exactly what you will see there. Okay, so you can scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, uh, and see what we have. So you can see this here. So this is it, and then we can update. So this is how to use a plugin. I will not be able to explain all the plugins that we have. There are thousands of plugins. So or this place now, we can decide to make this column, maybe just duplicate the column so that it becomes two column, and then we remove this one from here. We delete this from this place. Then in this place we just add an image. So for a shop, it just came to mind, like since it's a shop, you want maybe you just want to show them that others are already learning. So you can bring a kind of something like this, or maybe this girl or anyone, and have it like this. So you can have the size here, you can make it custom, give it like 480 by 320, and apply, and update, and come here and refresh. Wow. So that is what we have here. So you can keep on adding functionalities to your website using plugins of different type, depending on what you want to add, and you can have all your website up in any way you want it to be. Okay, so in the next lesson, we will now be talking of how to use pre-made templates that we can just make edits to. So we'll import templates and then edit it. When we find a template that we already like, we have a theme that we already like. So I'll also be showing you how to get premium themes for free in the next lesson. All right, so we'll see in that next lesson.